The outcome of the Johnny Depp defamation trial turned a bit of celebrity jurisprudence on its head. The long-standing conventional wisdom that it's easier for a VIP to prevail with a libel claim in the United Kingdom than in the United States. But to put it in plain words, the UK hearing was agonizingly biased, giving the connection Amber Heard shared with The Sun, the publishers of the ill-intended piece that referred to Depp as a wife-beater. Despite sharing tons of evidence with the court, the prosecution still didn't find tangible evidence to pin down Depp and only relied on word of mouth as expressed by Amber. Why then did Depp's appeal get turned down? And how come he won the same case in the US? Let's find out. Johnny Depp's recently concluded defamation trial against ex-wife Amber Heard has prompted fans to comb over details from another time the former couple faced off in court during a libel lawsuit. The Oscar nominee famously lost his 2020 libel case against British tabloid The Sun, which had labeled him a wife-beater in reference to the domestic abuse allegations Amber had made against him during their divorce proceedings in 2016. Although Depp repeatedly denied ever being violent to his ex-wife during the 3-week trial in London, the overseeing judge found that the newspaper's claims were substantially true. Amber testified as a witness and gave the court thousands of pieces of evidence, most of them fabricated, including over 70,000 text messages between Depp, herself, and some of Depp's friends. And despite availing thousands of them, the prosecution didn't find a piece of single evidence that proved, especially on the text messages, that Depp physically assaulted her. During the Virginia hearing, one of the many pro-Depp Instagram accounts that gained large followings during the most recent trial shared a flowchart that showed what they claim is evidence that now retired Judge Andrew Niccol had conflicting interests in the UK hearing. The chart shows that Niccol is the father of Robert Palmer, executive director of advocacy organization Tax Justice UK. Palmer has made frequent appearances on talk radio, which is owned by Wireless Group, a subsidiary of Rupert Murdoch's News Corp. Under News Corp's sizable corporate umbrella is British tabloid The Sun, which published the article that prompted Depp's lawsuit. Dan Wooden, who wrote the article, also previously worked at talk radio during the time that Niccol's son was a part of the outlet's roster of personalities. Elsewhere, the chart shows that Niccol is married to judicial mediator Camilla Parker, who is friends with author Kathy Letty. Letty hosted a private dinner party during the UK trial that was attended by Amber and was also once married to barrister Geoffrey Robertson, with whom Niccol wrote a book on media law. Robertson himself founded the London-based legal firm Doughty Street Chambers, which had previously employed Niccol. Robertson was also named in the chart as an employer and mentor of barrister Jennifer Robinson, who was seen in court with Amber Heard during the London trial. The unveiling of the flowchart led to several fans asserting that Depp stood no chance of a fair trial at the time that he brought his ultimately unsuccessful lawsuit. Fans also urged Depp supporters to sign a Change.org petition titled "Officially Review the Judicial Misconduct of Judge Niccol in the Johnny Depp libel case." A description on the petition, which has so far garnered more than 10,000 signatures, reads, "Everybody should have the right to ensure the judge sitting on their case doesn't have a conflict. It's absolutely imperative that people have full faith and confidence in the judicial process." These links can be social. They may have been law school classmates or share common friends, political, financial, or ideological. In some instances, the two may have mutual investment interests. They might be in-laws. The description continues, "Occasionally, they are literally in bed together. While it's unavoidable that such relationships will occur, when they do create a perception of bias, a judge is duty-bound to at the very least disclose that information. And if it creates an actual bias, allow a different judge to take over." Niccol delivered his verdict on Depp's case in November 2020. Months later, in May 2021, he retired from London's High Court, Queen's Bench Division, after more than 40 years as a legal professional. In Depp's case in the UK, the burden of proof lay with The Sun, but in the US, it was Depp who had to persuade the jury that his ex-wife not only defamed him, but did so with malice. In other words, in the UK, plaintiffs have to show that a false and defamatory statement was made, but in the US, they also have to prove an added element of actual malice. But what really turned the tide in Depp's favor in the US was the jury, as opposed to a single judge in the UK. Experts have highlighted how Depp used a strategy called deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender, or DARVO, a common defense tactic in sexual assault and domestic violence trials. The strategy, experts say, is very, very effective against juries, although lawyers and judges tend not to fall for it because they are trained to look at the evidence. In this case, Depp's lawyers employed the tactic effectively, turning him into the victim and Amber the abuser, and they topped that up by furnishing the jury with relevant evidence. After reviewing all this, it's hard not to think the UK hearing was pretty biased and that they had a predetermined outcome. Do you think the UK verdict should be reviewed? Let us know in the comments below. In our upcoming videos, we'll be bringing you more of such amazing content, so be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't get to miss any of them.